Welcome to ketomealsandrecipes.com. Today I will show you how I make my version of bacon jam, which is clean keto, gluten, and sugar-free. In this recipe I have made a few changes to the standard recipe, and I'll explain all of the changes and my recommendations as I make this treat. So please keep watching all the way to the end, because I will also share some ways we use bacon jam as part of a tasty meal. And by the way, all mentioned recipe video links and the link to the written recipe are in the description box. The macronutrient ratio for this bacon jam is an excellent 3.8 to 1, with 2.8 grams of total carbs, 0.4 grams of dietary fiber, resulting in 2.4 grams of net carbs, and 135 calories per 1 tablespoon serving. Before proceeding, I want to mention that the 135 calories per serving are a bit on the high side, but remember, this is a condiment, an add-on, which is intended to provide a boost of flavor to whatever you're using it with, not as a standalone item you eat. Now let's get started. But before starting any recipe, I like to collect all of my ingredients and prep them so that it makes cooking faster and easier. The first thing I do is I prep my bacon. To do so, begin by cutting the bacon into 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter little sections. Then chop the onions into small pieces. Rough chop the fresh garlic. Now get your sprig of fresh thyme and peel off the tiny leaves from the tough stems. After you've peeled off enough thyme leaves, give them a rough chop. This will help to release the flavor. The last prep step is this ingredient, which, by the way, is optional and not part of a standard recipe. I begin by removing the leaves from the thick stems of cilantro, and then giving the cilantro leaves a rough chop as well. Now, everything is prepped, so it's time to heat my skillet or frying pan over medium heat. When you notice that your skillet is nice and hot, sprinkle a few drops of oil to coat the bottom of the pan. The oil helps to prevent the bacon from sticking. You will notice the pieces of the bacon are stuck together. The easiest way to separate the bacon is to first let the clumps of bacon fry for about a minute, and then start separating the pieces with your spatula. Also, while frying, toss frequently to ensure all the pieces are separated and browning properly. Here's a tip I learned that I want to share with you. You will know that the bacon is fried to its best crispy point is to look and see when the bacon fat has begun to form bubbles on the surface. These surface bubbles indicate that most of the fat has been rendered off the pieces. And that's how you know that the pieces are at their crispy stage. Because you don't want to over fry them, use a slotted spoon to scoop out the bacon pieces and transfer them to a dish and set aside for a moment, leaving all the bacon fat in the skillet. For the next part, reduce the heat to medium-low. Toss the chopped onions into the pan with the bacon fat, and then simply saute to caramelize the onions. That means you want to cook them to a clear golden brown. And while the onions are sauteing, remember to toss them frequently so they don't burn. When your onions are nicely caramelized, get your bacon bits and toss them back into the skillet. The next step is to season the onions with the salt, paprika, and black pepper. Add the garlic and your thyme leaves, and also drop in your granulated sweetener. When you've added all of your ingredients, toss well to combine. Then continue cooking, tossing frequently until most of the onion pieces have been reduced, like this. And pour in your low sugar balsamic vinegar. If you don't want to use balsamic vinegar, you could also use apple cider vinegar, but it will be just a little bit tartar. This is an optional step. An ingredient I like to add is the cilantro, as I mentioned. I think it adds a little extra flavor. but this is a personal preference, so I leave it up to you. After adding your cilantro, toss well with the bacon and cook for 1 minute, and then turn off the heat. Then use the slotted spoon again to scoop everything out and transfer to a bowl to prevent overcooking of the bacon. Look how delicious this looks. I wish you could smell it too. It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to using and eating some of this bacon jam. And that's all there is to making this bacon jam. As I said, it's very easy. This bacon jam can be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks or so. Alternatively, I like to freeze the bacon jam in 1 tablespoon scoops, which I find is a very nice single serving size. And I do this because it makes it easier to use in the future. Frozen bacon jam will last for several months. I hope you enjoy it. Now for a few ways we like to use our bacon jam. My family and I really like how the sweetness really works well with the flavor of the carnivore crepes. However, you could also use my standard French style crepes. It works quite nicely too. An alternative use for the bacon jam is to sprinkle some of it on top of a grilled steak, such as my 2-ingredient grilled steak. This sweet bacon jam adds a really wonderful layer of additional flavor to any grilled steak. Or sprinkle a tablespoon of this tasty bacon jam on top of your favorite omelette, whatever that may be. And lastly, I like to sprinkle on top of a leafy green salad for a bit of crunch and extra flavor. I hope that these ideas on how to make and use bacon jam are helpful to you. Please do let me know how you would use the bacon jam. I am always looking for clever ideas to keep my keto lifestyle tasty and interesting. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. Please share the link with a friend, and I hope you come back when I post my next video. Until next time, all the best to you and your loved ones. Have a happy and healthy day. Cheers!